Get ready for the tip off. We'll take that W and hand you a loss. Break your ankles on the cross. On God on that ball. Off the bounce, leave you on the first step. It might be a long night for you. Without some double team help. Whistle from the rep. I'm from the school of hard knocks. Watch how I hit them with a shimmy when I get them on the block. We talking nothing but hoops. A floor general and it's true. Spot up in the corner, man. You know I'm gon' shoot. Or slam like an alpha. I'm beastin' like a boss named Hefe. Jumping on the baseline, you escape no way. A baller like Kobe wearing 24 and y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel. With Mr. Slam and Alpha Dog too, and Pure Waves with the best sports book too. If you wanna show support, give us a view. Call this an NBA jam. If you a super fan, hit the bell is what you do. We off the bounce. Check up. Level off the bounce. Let's get it.
He's on fire. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bounce. I'm your host, Slam the Bookie. These are my co-hosts, Alpha Dog, Betts, Hefe Picks, and BB is in the building today. How we doing today?
Good. A great slate of NBA tonight. Good Yankees win earlier today, so starting the day right. BBB, how we doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. We're back with the NBA. NBA games have been pretty exciting. We definitely got some stuff to dive into today. Hefe threw out a bunch of hot takes on our earlier shows today, so we might have to dive into some of those because I definitely got some stuff to say about those.
I can't remember like a possible more exciting situation than what we possibly can have this week in the NBA. There's a possibility for all four of these series to go the distance. Every single series seems like it has its own just insane storylines on the court, off the court, all that stuff. I'm so pumped to get into it, man. Chad is already here. We got Jake, Sixers and
Let's
6.
go, Chad.
I know, we know. Guys, I mean, we have to start here because he deserves for us to start with him. Shout out Jokic, back-to-back MVPs. Guy had statistically one of the best seasons ever. And it's one of those seasons that once you look back at it, you'll realize how great it was and how underappreciated it was. First ever player to do 2,000, 1,500 a year. That's points, rebounds, assists. First player in like 50 years to be in the top 10 in pretty much every statistical category you could be in. The guy is amazing. Shout out Renzo, sending nothing but good vibes to the whole gang, saying Alpha is the GOAT. FYI, Alpha begged me to say that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Like my props there. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Jake is here. He is excited. His Sixers are looking good.
Is here.
Jake, we've been waiting for you to get in here, brother. Excited for you. Good win last night for your Sixers. Slam,
Yes,
we haven't heard from you yet. How are you, brother?
Oh, man. As always, boys, before we jump into things, big shout out to Pure Wage himself. If you guys haven't already, make sure to give him a follow. He's running lots of promos this week, lots of boosters. You can get some good odds. I think he might be posting one either tomorrow or later today. But anyways, boys, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to jump into a quick weekend recap. We'll talk about the Suns and Mavericks game, the whole Chris Paul situation there. And then we'll talk about how the Heat keep choking the fourth quarter here. Let's jump right into that. Alpha, we'll start with you, man. How'd you do this weekend? What team impressed you and all that good stuff, man?
My personal NBA was not great this weekend. Did not have a good read on it, but excited for a new week. I was on the Suns yesterday. The Mavs played an absolutely fantastic game. Was also on the Heat. They did not get it done either, so excited to start over. But how about James Harden shutting me and Hefe up, having his first step back? Looks like his hamstring's finally getting healthy, maybe. Shot 6 of 10 from 3. Was great from the line. Shot 90% at 9 of 10. What'd you think, guys, think about Harden? He was unbelievable. Hefe.
Harden finally played his best game, best fourth quarter, when he dropped like 16 points in that fourth quarter. Great game. Obviously, it's a totally different series when Embiid is back. Mask, no mask. The guy is dominant, and you can't deny that. I see already Jake in the chat screaming that Embiid is like his vote for MVP. I'm sorry. You can take one look at the regular season numbers, and you'll realize that there was no choice other than Jokic. It sucks because I don't think Embiid will ever have the season he had. But Jokic just had statistically one of the best seasons in NBA history.
I agree.
But Slam asks who I'm most impressed with. I'm most impressed with the Dallas Mavericks. They made the biggest adjustment out of any team in the playoffs. I said it. They could not win games with Luka playing hero ball. He is scoring 40, 45 points. It's not the way. He scored in both wins at home under 30 points, and it was everybody else who pitched in. So the Suns have to make a decision. They have to make the adjustment. Are they going to make Luka score 50 and stop the other guys, or are they going to keep doing this where they stop Luka, but the other guys are wide open for 3 every single time?
For sure.
Look at Finney. Look at Finney Smith
Exactly.
there, Slam. Click the box score. Show what he did from 3, because you just have to look at it. Saying it doesn't do its justice.
Yeah, man. I wanted to kind of say something real quick. I've
8 of
noticed
12.
I've noticed that NBA home teams have really just showed up in this, round 2, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if it's, the NBA definitely wants a game 7 here, but, both these teams, especially the 76ers and the Mavericks, 2-2 in the series, man. We're going to get a good series from both these teams now, I feel like. So
I agree.
About the Suns Mavs, man. I mean, yeah, it's definitely something to be said about what's going on with CP3. I'm not even talking about off the court. I'm talking about on the court. He has had 2 just outrageously bad games. You can't foul out with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter if you're CP3. That's unbelievable. I don't know if anybody saw the last play before halftime of this game. CP3 got put in to, run an offensive play. There's like 10 seconds left. He has 3 fouls. Somehow he misses the layup, but then fouls trying to get the offensive rebound with like 0.1 second left. He picked up his
Can't
fourth
do that.
foul. It's just terrible basketball.
It's just not typical CP3 moves.
No,
to
he
be
was
honest.
flustered, man. He was so flustered.
Yeah,
I mean, he's someone I'll definitely be looking at for like a comeback spot in one of these next games. I mean,
Coach Huss
he's due for a bounce back.
Coach Huss in the comments says, "Man, at this point, take every damn home team. Home court advantage is huge. It is, but I mean, the Bucks took one in Boston. The Grizzlies, the Warriors took one.
It's been home teams, bro. I mean, the only team
I
that
just literally named you 2.
Go ahead and name me some that you already named.
What if I told you 7 players on the Suns took more shots from the field than CP3? 7 players took more shots than
He
CP3.
had a bad game, man. But
He only took 4
I really,
shots.
really, really credit the Mavericks for the adjustment they made on offense. I really do. And I think now it's on the Suns to go back to what they were doing game 1, game 2. You let Luka shoot 30 times. You let him score 50. You just keep everybody else.
Well, I
on the
mean,
wrap.
he did shoot it 25 times, Luka. It's really Finney Smith's what saved him. 8 of 12 from 3. Kleba was unbelievable too.
Smith caught fire, man.
But
8
Kleba only had 11
3-pointers.
points. 8 of 12 from 3
Yeah,
from
dude,
Finney Smith.
Guys, but the
Like,
game
he's
before
not
that,
even a shooter.
it was Reggie Bullock. Like,
I know,
they
it's always
keep-
somebody.
it's the same play for the Mavericks every time. Luka gets a one-on-one,
Luka
backs
drives,
up, drives,
swings
passes, swing, like every single time. It's kind of crazy. In the other series, Heat Sixers, got to feel for Jimmy Butler. I mean,
Dude,
he's dropping 40 every game. He's getting no help. Tyler Hero won the 6th Man of the Year award, and I guess said 1, 2, 3.
Tyler
can't do it.
Hero went to sleep. Man.
Yeah, but they're doubling him on every single. Great job by Doc Rivers, who gets a lot of crap for being a crappy head coach, but he made an adjustment that I think nobody's talking about. Tyler Hero gets doubled on every single possession, and they're forcing everybody else. I look for Duncan Robinson to get possibly like a little more than 2 minutes of game time, which I don't really get. I mean, he's a defensive liability, but
Right.
I've
He's
said
the best
this
3-point
before.
shooter.
I think Doc Rivers gets a lot of unnecessary
Did he get
hate.
in?
There's only so much you can do as a head coach. I mean, you can put the adjustments and you can put it, but it's down to your players to execute it. You can only get so much out of your players, and I think he does a decent job. He's had some unfortunate, types of like collapses, and he definitely gets, he gets the blame for most of it, and he for the longest time has taken that. And he's starting to kind of get to the point where it's like, guys, I do what I can as a coach, because I mean he gets blamed for almost all this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. You take a look at the box score in this one. Victor Oladipo stands out to me the most. He was minus 12 on the court. He had 2 turnovers. He was 3 of 9 from the field. Defensively, he was a nightmare yesterday. They were going at him every time. So I know he hasn't been playing a lot, but defensively, Oladipo to me looked like a nightmare. Duncan Robinson didn't even get in. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the Heat. They made it a game in the third quarter, both times, and they choked the fourth. I was on the Heat yesterday.
I still stand by this next statement. I'm saying the Mavericks have a better chance of beating the Suns than I think the Heat do the 76ers. I think the Heat still win that. I really do. I really do. When push comes to shove, if it's a game 7 in Miami, I think the Heat win. Push comes to shove, game 7 in Phoenix. I really think the Mavs have a shot here.
Yeah, I think they have a shot as well.
They've
I do now.
obviously figured out the CP3 situation, and
Suns in
obviously
4.
you can talk. You can see that once CP3 is not having a good game for some reason, it's like a crazy trickle down effect.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, boys. Is it about that time? We go over
About
today's
that time,
slate.
gentlemen.
Let's get it. Let's jump right into things, boys. I'm trying to find the. All right, here we go. First game of the slate: Celtics versus the Bucks. The line is currently at -1. The total is sitting at 213. Bucks lead the series 2-1. One thing I got to say about this: the under has been hot. Bucks are 8-0 to the under. I don't know if this trend continues today, but boys, the unders are hot in this. I want to hear your thoughts. BBB, going to you first, man. Give us a prop too as well. So who do you like in the spot? And
I think there's a lot of good spots in this one. This is probably my favorite game today. I lean with the Celtics on the money line here. I kind of like them there. But as far as props, I talked about it on the prop show a little bit. I love Al Horford over 8.5 rebounds. I think this is a great spot for him. He's been getting plenty of rebound opportunities. He's had 10 plus in each game. He's had 15, 15, and 21 on the rebound opportunities. With him guarding Giannis, he's going to continue to get the rebound opportunities. He's there more. Robert Williams, he's been kind of getting tucked in like the corner, guarding, Bobby Portis, guys like that. So he's not really in position for the rebounds. He's still going to get some, obviously, but I think that Al Horford has been in the prime spot to get these rebounds. So I like that prop there. I can't believe we're getting it at 8.5. It's sitting at like -114 right now. So that's probably my favorite prop. And then, I'll give you guys one I did not talk about on the prop show as well. I like Tatum over 28.5 points. Head coach talked about need to get him more looks off screens. I think we see him, look to put up more shots in this game and attack and try to get the Celtics a dub here. So that's what I like in this one.
for sure. Alpha?
Yeah. So I am on the Celtics money line in this one. I think it's a good spot. I think they're going to take this one and look like the team that they've been all year long. They're finally getting a little bit better offensively and moving the ball, and I think Jaylen Brown's going to have a massive night tonight. I do have a prop for you guys as well. It is on the other side, though. It is a 3-point prop. I like Brook Lopez to get at least 1 3 tonight, over half a 3-pointer. He's gotten it in half the games he's played, and he's a good 3-point shooter. I think they're going to have a game plan where he'll be outside of the 3-point line a lot tonight to keep Robert Williams out of the paint as well. So I think we're going to see Brook bang at least 1 3 tonight. You get that at -115.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'm on the Celtics. They shot 27% from 3-point range in game 3. That's not Celtics basketball. Jason Tatum 0 for 6 on his own he had a terrible game. 0 for 6 from 3-point range in game 3. It's been the Jaylen Brown show for the last 2 games, besides the first game of the series, and he's been playing great. I like the route of taking his points over today, because I think at this point, once you play about 2-3 games against the same opponent, you kind of already, the adjustments have to start, right? So I like Jaylen Brown tonight. He's over at 24.5. I think he's figured out where his spots are, but Jason Tatum at 27.5 is really freaking high coming off a really bad game. That is you're expecting him to have a great game if he's dropping 28 points, right? I want to take the under. I just don't have the balls to do it, to be quite honest.
I got one for you. I have a prop. I want to know what you think. What do you think about former Knick Bobby Portis over 11.5 after a stinker last outing?
I'll tell you this. The way that Giannis is playing right now, the Celtics, I think their whole game plan is going to be to really, really go back to what they tried to do in game 2, which was the only game they won, and try to make Giannis's life hell. Absolute hell. I'm talking double teams from the freaking 3, from the second he crosses, because every time I look at Giannis, I actually have to remind myself, wow, he really is actually the best player in the NBA. I know Jokic won the MVP,
He went off,
but for Giannis is so
the best way to shut down Giannis so far has been Grant Williams taking a 1-on-1. They don't help. That way he can't, you shut him down on the initial drive. Honestly, I think it comes down to the officials in this one, man. Whenever they allow Giannis to just run people over, there's nothing you can do to stop this man. There's
Robert
times,
Williams too.
Yeah, there's times like Grant would just take a great charge and he would just get absolutely obliterated, and it's like, what's going on? Like, how do you not call that? So I don't know. I think it's just
you
gotta
last game
get the calls.
Last game, Giannis just had it his way, man. He was just dominant in the paint.
If
and
he's getting to the paint, there's absolutely
That's what I'm
there's no stopping him.
Look,
But
it
you
even
know what
got
they
to the
keep doing?
point.
You know who's the Achilles heel there? 72-year-old Al Horford. That's the Achilles heel. Okay,
Al Horford's not been too bad defensively.
cannot-
It's winning
cannot
transition.
guard Giannis.
You
It's
can't
when
put 49-year-old Al Horford on Giannis. I completely agree with you, but he's been fantastic at getting stats in this one.
22
The
points.
props-
last game.
Whenever they get set up in a half-court defense, Al Horford has been really successful against them when he can stay rooted. It's whenever you're getting a transition. Al Horford doesn't have the lateral quickness to get around a Giannis Euro step and be in position to stop him. But
Exactly.
whenever it's in the half court, he usually squares up and he's able to he's got that old man strength where he just sits there and bodies Giannis and he keeps him out. So, as long as they can, whenever it's in transition, they got to have, someone like Grant coming over to, help with him. So I think, I don't know. I think they can definitely they seem to know how to stop Giannis. It just comes down to executing it.
For sure.
I see the Celtics going that route. I see them throwing a lot of double teams. I see them trying to make people like Bobby Portis beat him. So I do think it's a good shot today to take Bobby Portis over Alpha. So, yeah, I agree with that.
I like that as well.
My only really truly official play here is the Celtics money line. I think they get back to it. I think we see a tied series, and man, that would be a treat. Because I think this one I want to see this one go 7, probably the most out of anyone, because I think game 7, these two teams are going to leave it all out on the floor. And I mean, damn, there's some great players in this series.
Mhm.
If
I will
these
say,
two
I
teams
think-
both play a full game, it will be the best game that we'll see in this playoffs. I think game 7, with the pressure on these teams, if they both show up with how good their offenses can be, we can see one of the best games we'll see this postseason.
I will say though, freaking Boston had that freaking game 3, man.
I think
man.
they got kind of screwed there at the end.
They covered though, but again,
I'm just saying
they
the win.
had
They had that shit, man.
Guys,
had it.
Marcus Smart shoots a 3-pointer with 4 seconds left. And I will say, the officials have been calling it that way the entire year, where, you sweep the ball over like this for a shot. They're not going to call it. They call it on the floor because a lot of times guys are going to drive and then they realize they get the foul and they just throw their arms up. But this is a situational thing. The ref has to know with the amount of time left on the clock and they're down by 3 points, Marcus Smart is shooting a 3-pointer there. There's no point in him. He would not be driving. Like he's trying to tie the game with like almost no time left. And they call it on the floor. Forces them to make one and then miss one. They missed the first tip. Al Horford gets the second, gets the other tip in, but it ends up being as the time was expired, barely still in his hands. That was a tough one for them to swallow. I know the Celtics were pretty pissed off about that. And a lot of people were countering with, the Bucks didn't get a call for like the end of the fourth quarter. So I don't know, man. It's a lot more noticeable when it literally costs you the game.
100%.
Agreed, guys. All right. Wait, Slam. Are you giving your play?
Yeah, man, I was gonna go next. I just wanted to hear you guys talk, man, because y'all love talking.
He was so
yeah, man, I'm with you, Hefe. I like the Celtics tonight. I think they bounced back here. They had that win. They can compete with these guys, man. Giannis pretty much shaped the Bucks last game, 42 points. I mean, nothing you can do there. Jason Tatum, looking at his stats right now, look at the screen, 10 points. He's played terrible. Last 30 games, he has never scored 10 points ever. If you look at playoff stats, if you look at last season, he scored 9 points against the Brooklyn Nets. Then the game after that, he scored 50. And the game after that, he's dropped 50. So expect.
So what are you saying?
back.
What are you saying?
I'm saying
Bounce back.
Tatum bounce back tonight. Props over everything. Stack that shit. Points over, points, rebounds, assists over. I'm taking Jason Tatum to go off tonight. And I like the Celtics here. I think it's a good spot. The line is just, I think the line is just saying Celtics, to be honest. I think the NBA is going to give you a 2-2 series here. And we get a good series. I mean, I don't know, man. That's my thoughts.
Man, if these series go the way that I want them to go, this coming weekend would be 4 game 7s, and I'd faint.
I love it.
I
want the NBA to go on forever.
I have to legitimately call my girlfriend and tell her I have the flu, and just not.
I'll bring my sleeping bag, brother. Boys, let's get to the second matchup today. This one's my favorite one today. Grizzlies-Warriors. The line up to actually 10.5 in this one. BBB, kick us off. What you got for your first prop on this one?
Went to 10.5. Really?
Honestly, this is one that I kind of want to lay off and try to find a live spot on.
This one's
I took
tough,
them
actually.
pregame over the weekend at -7, and the Grizz come out immediately on a run. And I'm like, well, I'm absolutely screwed. The Grizz are on it. But then, I hit him live again at -1.5, and we saw him turn it on in the second half. Third quarter, fourth quarter, it's just pure dominance. They win the game by 30, covered the original -7 by, with ease. And now we're looking at a possibility of no John Morant. I think that the Grizzlies coach is kind of being a giant vagina, if we're being honest, because he did not hurt his knee from the Jordan Poole thing. There's plenty of clips where you see John Morant go to try to contest the three.
I was going to ask you.
He lands on his knee weird, and he definitely hurt it there. Jordan Poole, there's plenty of clips also where you can see he barely touches his knee. You can see he doesn't pull on it. He's looking for any excuse to try to fire up his guys, but I don't buy it. I just don't think this is you don't blame a guy for trying to take people out. Now you got the media talking about Jordan Poole being a dirty player. Jordan Poole's a young guy. He wouldn't do it. I don't buy it. I lean with the Warriors here, but I'm looking for a live line definitely on this one.
I have a question, BPB. What was the narrative all year long with this Memphis Grizzlies team?
Without Ja.
Without
Ja, they were great, but I mean,
one of the best teams, if not
22, I think. Right?
That's
one of the
best.
best.
So here's the thing, right? So I'm thinking in my head, okay, everybody knows that. Though. Everybody knows the the Grizzlies without Ja stat. I believe it's 22-5. And you're giving me +10? I get it. They just lost by 30, right? Was it actually 30?
It was like 20.
They actually lost by 30, 142 to 112. God, I mean, I'm so on the fence because I feel like half of this is like Hefe. You're really gonna fall into this trap, but then the other half, it's like, but they've proven it to you over so many games that they know how to play without Ja.
But they haven't done it in the playoffs. It's a whole nother beast.
Man. Couldn't that really be the difference, man?
Hefe, do they play faster with Ja or slower without? I mean,
you guys want
I actually think they play slower, which versus Golden State you cannot play fast with the Warriors because if you play fast with the Warriors in a blink of an eye, they just hit 7 threes because they are the only, they invented the wide open layup. Psych, I'm going to pass it a 3-point shooter trailing. Actually, It's gotten to the point where on a fast break, they don't even freaking do the fake layup thing anymore. They just pull up. It's the craziest thing in the world. And that we've also accepted it is also crazy as fans. But you can't play fast with the Warriors, man. They'll crush you. And Jordan Poole is definitely not a dirty player. I've seen that clip 10,000 times. Honestly, did anybody see what Chuck said on TNT after the game?
No.
He said he's been kissed harder than Jordan Poole hit John Morant's knee. Come on, it was like a freaking slap, man. I can't believe this is even a tie. I can't believe this is even a topic.
I have a question for you, Hefe. What does this information do for you? 61% of the bets are on the Warriors, 70% of the money.
I have a feeling it's more than that. I feel like everybody's going to be on the Warriors.
I have it as of updated 7 minutes ago.
Especially after last game, I think Warriors money line parlay will be in everybody's last leg. I think everyone's going to be on the Warriors, especially with the Ja Morant news. This one's a tough one, man.
So here's I'll start off. I'll go. I got a player prop. I got a player like, and this is my thought process. This is game 4. So they've been 3 games, and obviously I don't know the next thing I'm going to say if it's true. I don't know if the Warriors and Grizzlies played in the regular season when Ja didn't play. So I'm not sure about that. So just don't hate me if it's true. But I'm assuming they didn't. And if they didn't, this will be the first time that they're going to play him without Ja. And Ja's the focal point of that offense. The ball runs through him on every possession offensively. He's dropped 40 points in this series already. I think heavy adjustments are going to have to be made from the Warriors, and it's have to be on the fly because you only got a day. I'm taking the Grizzlies +10. And honestly, I think the Grizzlies might win this game. There's something to be said, to be fueled off the court. Don't forget about something. Dylan Brooks coming back after 1-game suspension. He is going to be an angry man. That crowd is going to be on him hefty. Oh, my God. He's going to get he's going to get the Kyrie treatment.
I can't believe that, their coach has the balls to sit there and call, rip on Jordan, do all this stuff when Dylan Brooks made that play earlier in the series.
Well, yeah, because GP3 is really out.
He's really out.
He's really out.
He's like really injured.
I'll make mine quick too. I am also on the Grizzlies here. It's my favorite play tonight. I got a +10.5.
Check your mic.
Wait, I didn't give my second play. Desmond Bane over 18.5. This is it. This is his game. This is his game. He consistently plays better on the road than he does at home. No Ja, heavy shots. Desmond Bane over 18.5 and Grizzlies +10 are my 2 official plays for this game.
Is it coming in okay?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Okay. Don't know how that happened. Yeah, I'm also on the Grizzlies. It's my favorite play tonight. Plus 10.5. Got it about an hour ago. There's so much value. The money's on the Warriors as well. This team is a complete team with or without Ja Morant in the lineup. They move the ball to the open shooter if he's there or not. I actually think they'll play better tonight than they have been playing. Give me the Grizzlies plus 10.5. Favorite play today.
A little sneaky angle I kind of found here is the Warriors that, whether it's a slow start or not, they've had a couple slow starts in this series, but third quarter spread might be a decent little angle if you're trying to get real D-Jenny here.
They're statistically the
they are.
third quarter team in the NBA.
And even in this series too, they're 3-0 in the third quarter. They've won each one by like 7, 14, like plenty of points here. So, I mean, it's a nice little angle there. They always seem to come out in the third quarter hot, and that throughout the entire year as well.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Is
man.
that the only play in the game, the second quarter? I'm sorry, third quarter?
I might take that one and then look for a live spot as well.
You have a prop on this game?
I have like 37 props in the Celtics game, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for a live spot on this one and just enjoy.
Yeah, I'll go real quick next. I do like Bane as well, and dude, he's been playing in this series just terrible. Like 9 points in the first game, 5 points second
as
game.
our friend Slam would say, he is due.
He is due, boys, and without Ja in the lineup, let's pull up the Ja. Let's put up the stats without Ja Morant here. He hits his props at 70% when Ja is not in the lineup.
Wow.
Is his line really only 18.5 though?
I guarantee you by the time
I think it is.
I guarantee that by the time that game starts, it's going to creep up to 19.5.
Bane points?
Yeah, over.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. 21.5. 21.5.
It is not 21.5.
That's what I have it on both major books.
Shit, it's at 21.5 now? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I feel like everyone's smashing.
I mean, that would be so low. That would be ridiculous if that was 18.5.
It is definitely. It is 1,000% 18.5.
Which book?
DraftKings.
Oh, 18.5, I would take it. I would take Bane.
18.5, I would love that.
I'm not crazy. Desmond Bane.
No, I wasn't looking on DraftKings. I was looking at the other one.
Alpha, I know you said this on the prop show earlier, and Dylan Brooks under. First game back, you can feel that he might be a little rusty. The crowd might get to him.
It's crazy. His number is also at 18.5, and I think that is such.
It boosted. It was at 17.5.
Yeah, it was lower earlier.
Yeah,
I want to take his ejections over 0.5.
Right.
If he gets in foul trouble,
I'm gonna say, I wish you could gamble on fouls. I would take his over fouls in a heartbeat.
He fouls a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not even just ejections. He's always in foul trouble.
Yeah, always. That's how he plays, man. He plays aggressive. So, I mean, if he gets in foul trouble, I think his points under it would look good. I mean, if he stays out of foul trouble, it could potentially go over today. So, this one's tough as far as side, boys. I could see the Grizzlies coming out hot first half. They did kind of come out hot the first quarter, the last game, and then the Warriors just completely blew them out and covered the first half. So, you can kind of expect the Grizzlies to kind of slow down here without Ja. Maybe look at the first half under. They're probably going to lean towards their defense to kind of balance out and try to stop Warriors from scoring, slow down tempo and stuff like that. So first half under is my lean, but this one's tough to call, man. All right, boys. Is it about that time?
It is about that time, boys. Wade to LeBron. Best bet. Let's get it, boys. My favorite play of the night is the Grizzlies plus the 10.5. And my second play is going to be the Celtics money line. My favorite prop of the night. Which one should we give out? I'll give out two. Bobby Portis over 11.5 points and Brook Lopez over 0.5. B. What you got?
Yeah, we're going to be rocking with the Celtics money line and then Al Horford over 8.5 rebounds. And then Tatum over 28.5 points, which is at about even money. I know they were looking at the 27.5 line, but I think he goes pretty big today. So I'm comfortable laying the 28.5 and getting a little bit better on the juice.
Love it.
Respect. Celtics money line, Grizz plus 10, Desmond Bane over 18.5 points.
Right on. Okay. All right, man. I'm with you there with the Celtics money line for me. As far as props, I love Tatum. I'm taking him on the points over, points, rebound, assist over. I think it's at 40.5. I think Tatum has a big game, man. We saw last season he had 9 points, went off for 50 the next game, man. Could see a similar spot here. Now, as far as the Grizzlies and Warriors game, I might have a second half play for that. You can kind of join us on Discord. We talk in there daily. So we'll post the second half play in there if I have one. But if I had to choose first half, Grizzlies. And we all know when a star player is out in the NBA, that team does well. So
very random, but going off of what BBB said before we leave, the Warriors are the best third quarter team in basketball, also one of the worst second quarter teams in basketball.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a good live spot, see if there's any type of a good position at the end of that first quarter.
Love
You
that.
can also pregame bet those spreads, and sometimes that's a better way to get a better number. So if you wanted to get
hard, man. It's
tough though,
difficult
because
to do.
you could lose a lot of value, you could gain a lot of value. You might get a
Exactly.
third quarter
You
spread at
could
-2 that
lose
turns
or
to
gain
-2.
in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, boys, that does it for Off the Bounce. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go follow Pure Wage is the best Twitter book. If you guys haven't already, follow us on YouTube as well. We're here every day, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Lamb will post the Discord link for everybody who wants to join.